Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Parenting is Easy, Said No One Ever. I am your host, Chananya Abraham. We have an awesome video today talking about a topic that I think we all need to talk about, but we all don't really know how to talk about, and that is politics. How do we talk to our kids about politics, especially here in America? So I want to create a scene for you, and maybe from there we can sort of talk about the best way to be able to explain kids both sides of the party and what politics is in general. So imagine you are sitting around the table with your child, and they ask you, so there's an election coming up. How do you pick sides? And what are the two sides? So I think the best way for a parent to explain it is for them to explain the differences between the two and to use it by example and explaining it in a way where the child is able to understand what the parent is saying. Because remember, when it comes to communication, they only hear what they are able to receive. And just because we as parents are giving things over to them doesn't mean that they fully understand it. So your child comes over to you and they're asking you, okay, so tell me about politics. And all of a sudden we get a little bit sweaty. We're like, oh my God, what am I supposed to say? You know, there's so many different things happening right now in politics. How do I explain all this craziness to my kid? I think one of the best ways to explain it is being able to see it from their point of view and an example that they would understand. So let's use an example of lunchtime. So you talk to your kid and you say, well, it's lunchtime. And now you're going downstairs, and there's two different ways to decide what's going to be for lunch. One would be an example of there's going to be free lunch for everyone, and this is what we're going to be eating, and everyone is going to be having the same thing, and they're going to be able to have lunch and eat all together. That would be an example of a Democrat, someone that wants to be in a place where the government is going to be more involved, where the government is going to be helping people, like providing health care, education, support programs, and they're focused on being fair and making sure everyone has equal opportunities. Now, there's another opportunity or option for lunch, and that would be everyone is responsible to bring their own lunch, and whatever you bring, you can eat, and you can have as many choices as you want. You just have to remember to bring your lunch and eat it with everyone else. That would be an example of a Republican. They believe that people and businesses should be more in control and less government control over us in general. And they focus on personal responsibility, tradition, and lower taxes. So explaining the differences is not about who's right and who's wrong, because they always argue. They've been arguing for over 2 centuries. And this is something that's going to continue to happen for a very, very, very long time. And it's very important for a parent, when they give over this message, it's not that there is the right way, because each person feels what they should want for themselves. And we have a right as an American to decide what the right way is for us and the world we want to live in and the America we want to be a part of. The most important thing to remember is that both sides have rights. Here in America, everyone has the right to choose what they want to be and who they want to vote for. And remember, both sides love America. Both sides want the best for America. We just have different ways of thinking about it. And that's okay. Life is not going to be about agreeing constantly, but it's about making sure that we have a overall way of thinking that is not just about ourselves, but it is about the people around us. So hopefully that's something that you can talk about with kids. Obviously, there's so much more to talk about within this subject. If you have any questions, comments, or future different topics in this specific, whether it's politics or something else you would like to talk about, please feel free to leave a comment below and like and subscribe wherever you are listening to this podcast. I am your host, Chananya Abraham, psychotherapist. You can find a link and more information in the information below.